We are Team Meraki of the University of Finance and Economics, and we are here to present our analysis and recommendation on Mandal Insurance. Mandal Insurance Joint Stock Company is one of the top Mongolian insurance companies, and we issue a buy recommendation with a target price of 59.10 Mongolian Tugriks with the potential of 23.15% upside. Our recommendation is based on three main points. First, industry tailwinds and company's market share maintenance. Second, good risk retention. And last, stable investment returns. In Mongolia, the insurance penetration rate is 0.56%, which is relatively low compared to other Asian countries. And insurance density is around 60,000 MNT. GDP is an important positive factor on the insurance industry's growth. According to the IMF, when GDP increases by 2%, insurance penetration rate rises by 1% in emerging insurance markets. Mongolia's GDP, which grew at a CAGR of 10.9% for the past 5 years, is expected to drop in 2020 due to the global pandemic, then stably grow by around 5% till FY 2025. Additionally, gross written premiums have been rising each year due to the growing sales of the four main products that make up about 75% of Mongolia's insurance premiums. As for demand, 1. Economic growth will increase national household incomes and expenses on non-food purchases, which comprise 70.6% of total national household expenses. 2. Increased number of households with above-average incomes, whom we consider MNDL's target customers, translates into greater purchasing power. This implies a rise in insurance demands. Also, our research shows that people under the age of 35 had a 10% higher trust level on insurance than those older. Thus, a greater percentage of population will have a positive opinion on insurance in the future. In terms of demand drivers, more registered automobiles and public medical expenditures infer greater demands for the industry's main products. In contrast, fewer apartment constructions will be a factor decreasing property insurance demands, and due to a static number of employees nationwide, liability insurance demand growth will dwindle.
MNDL's market share was 8.2% in 2015, then doubled to 17.6% by the third quarter of 2020, ranking second in the market. The majority of MNDL's premium incomes are earned from their four main products: property insurance, construction insurance, personal accident and medical expense, and motor-owned damage insurance, which are the company's two strategic products. From this strategic group map, we can note MNDL's efficiency, as they have one of the highest GWP in the industry, despite a relatively low number of employees in years operating. We believe MNDL will maintain its current market share, the first reason being underwriting activities will be profitable, guaranteeing a strong solvency. Although loss ratio will rise approaching the market average until FY 2025, this will be offset by expense ratio decrease, keeping a slightly growing but steady combined ratio. Moreover, MNDL conducts much more efficient underwriting activities compared to its peers, as the company's loss and expense ratios are the lowest in the industry. And MNDL has been overachieving the solvency requirements set by the FRC since 2018, and ranks second by liquidity among its peers. Second of all, MNDL has a bancassurance relationship with Golomd Bank LLC. Premium incomes earned through Golomd Bank, which is a subsidiary company of Golomd Financial Group LLC, comprised about 17 to 26% of MNDL's GWP. Also, MNDL added Golomd Financial Group's Social Pay mobile application as their new sales channel. Thirdly, MNDL is highly profitable. MNDL has one of the highest NPM and ROE ratios in the industry. Profitability indicators will decline in 2020 due to the global pandemic, then gradually recover in the coming years. However, ROE will not revive to its pre-COVID level. The DuPont analysis has disclosed that there was a slight plunge in ROE in 2019 because MNDL's financial leverage decrease outweighed NPM growth. In a nutshell, MNDL will maintain its current market share due to their successful underwriting activities, bancassurance benefits, and lastly, their outstanding profitability.
M&L cooperates with internationally acclaimed reinsurers like Scar Re, Hanover Re, and Russian Re. They used to cede claims of $50,000 to reinsurers until their increased asset and reserve growth led to policy change in 2018. Since then, the percentage of GWP ceded to reinsurers decreased in 2019 and is expected to drop to 33% in FY 2022, increasing net premiums. Their low-risk investment earned the highest income in the industry, and investment yield ratios projected to stabilize at around 10% till FY 2025. Moreover, the percentage of investment in total assets have a growing tendency, thus M&L expects to have a steadily increasing investment income.
We valued M&L stock at 59.10 MNT, presenting 23.15% upside. We used the residual income model and discounted cash flow model, giving 70 and 30% of weight to each method respectively. We chose RAM because M&L has no consistent dividend policy but has reliable financial statements assessed by regulatory organizations. We used the DCF model, considering its emphasis on cash flow generation built in scenario and sensitivity analysis. Also, taking individual investors' perspective into consideration, we used FCFF method. Keeping unstable cash flows and cash flow statements in mind, we put a 30% weight on the price evaluated by this method. We used three-stage age model for both methods, using 18.17% weighted average cost of capital and 6.17% terminal growth rate. Consequently, the RAM sets the target price to 52.39 MNT, while the DCF sets it to 74.78 MNT. As for sensitivity analysis, the DCF model was more sensitive to change in terminal growth rate and weighted average cost of capital, changing our recommendation in some cases. We arrived at the estimated price of 52.39 MNT using the RAM and 74.78 with the DCF method, which gave us a target price of 59.10 MNT.
Our risk matrix detected no risks with high likelihood and impact, but the two most threatening risks are those of interest rate and lack of retail base. Mongolia's policy rate reduced to 6% might bring the risks of lower deposit rates and investment returns. Although interest rates are projected to fall for the most countries, the transition to a free market economy in the 90s like Mongolia, MNDL's underwriting profits will offset the potential loss of returns. Stable projected investment yield, steadily growing investment income to GWP, and investment asset to total asset ratios tell us likewise. MNDL's income might face threats since they have only 3 points of sales, whereas their peers have more than 20. Despite this, the company has the second highest amount of GWP in the industry, which in fact emphasizes MNDL's efficiency. We also assess the quality of MNDL's corporate governance on a scale of 0 to 5 using the IFC Charter Assessment tool, which evaluates board of directors along with its committees. Overall, MNDL got a point in the range from 1.48 to 2.03. The positions of board chairman and CEO being held by different people enforce a healthy governance. However, considering the poor transparency and possible experience of board and management, MNDL's corporate governance is rather immature and in its developing stage. MNDL is socially responsible in the sectors of public education, welfare, and world of risk and finance. For instance, they insured 82,000 customers under their COVID insurance product free of charge. They also assessed National Risk Index for 7 years.
Finally, let's recap our main reasons for our buy recommendation. 1. Industry tailwinds and companies' market share maintenance. 2. Good risk retention. And 3. Stable investment returns. With these 3 points, we issue a buy recommendation with a target price of 59.10 Mongolian tubrics with the potential of 23.15% upside. Thank you for your attention.